My name is Rosemary Wells, and today I'm going to read you a story.
Voyage to the Bunny Planet by Rosemary Wells. Janet becomes the Bunny Queen. Far beyond the moon and stars, 20 light years south of Mars, spins the gentle bunny planet, and the Bunny Queen is Janet. Born with an amazing ear, she heard what no one else could hear, children who had lost their way. Always she was heard to say, "Here's the place where we begin, on the day that should have been. Floating in her starry dome, Janet comes to take us home." First Tomato. The Bunny Planet in History. It is the first duty of a flagging spirit to seek renewal in the latitudes of whimsy. I, for one, dream on beyond the 5 planets to a world without wickedness, verdant, mild, and populated by amiable Lapins. Benjamin Franklin, Letters to a Nephew, 1771. Claire ate only 3 spoons of cornflakes for breakfast. On the way to school, her shoes filled with snow. By 11 in the morning, math had been going on for 2 hours. Lunch was Claire's least favorite, bologna sandwiches. At playtime, Claire was the only girl not able to do a cartwheel. Once again, the bus was late. Claire needs a visit to the Bunny Planet. Far beyond the moon and stars, 20 light years south of Mars, spins the gentle Bunny Planet, and the Bunny Queen is Janet. Janet says to Claire, "Come in. Here's the day that should have been." I hear my mother calling when the summer wind blows. "Go out in the garden in your old, old clothes. Pick me some runner beans and sugar snap peas. Find a ripe tomato and bring it to me, please." A ruby red tomato is hanging on the vine. If my mother didn't want it, the tomato would be mine. It smells of rain and steamy earth and hot June sun. In the whole tomato garden, it's the only ripe one. I close my eyes and breathe in its fat red smell. I wish that I could eat it now and never, never tell. But I save it for my mother without another look. I wash the beans and shell the peas and watch my mother cook. I hear my mother calling when the summer winds blow. "I've made you first tomato soup because I love you so." Claire's big warm bus comes at last. Out her window, Claire sees the Bunny Planet near the evening star in the snowy sky. "It was there all along," says Claire. Moss pillows. The Bunny Planet in History. The captain fell at daybreak, and he's ravin' in his bed, with a regiment of rabbits on the planets round his head. Rudyard Kipling, Requiem, 1892. Robert had to ride in the back seat of the car for 4 hours of turnpike driving. He and his family arrived at Uncle Ed and Aunt Margot's at 3:30 in the afternoon on the first Sunday in February. Ed and Margot's 4 boys all piled on top of him at once. Just before dinner, Ed and Margot were bitten by the argument bug. Dinner was cold liver chili. All evening, Robert had to hide from the boys. Robert needs a visit to the Bunny Planet. Far beyond the moon and stars, 20 light years south of Mars, spins the gentle Bunny Planet, and the Bunny Queen is Janet. "Robert," Janet says, "come in. Here's the day that should have been." All of a sudden, I disappear to my house in a sweet gum tree, where I sing to myself in the whispering woods, and nobody's there but me. I sing, "Oh, what a beautiful morning," to a chorus of beetles and birds. Then I play my wood whistle clarinet in the parts where I don't know the words. The kitchen is my favorite room. It's easy to keep it clean. I have a secret recipe for toasted tangerine. Place the sections on a log directly in the sun. Wait until they're warm and crisp. Eat them when they're done. Deep in a pocket of emerald moss, I lie where the leaves fall free. My pillow is soft as milkweed and as green as a tropical sea. I read the colors in the leaves, the clouds that roam the sky. I read the footprints in the sand to see who's wandered by. Robert rides home very late. He sees the bunny planet through the car window, behind the moon in the winter sky. It was there all along, says Robert. The island light. The bunny planet in history. I designated this heavenly body Coniglio, but alas, never saw it again. Galileo, diary entry, January 1st, 1599. Felix was sick in front of the whole art class. The nurse made him a cup of tea and called home. Nobody answered the phone. Felix burned his tongue on the tea. That afternoon, the doctor gave Felix medicine that tasted like gasoline. Felix's mother and the nurse had to hold him down for a shot. Later, Felix was accidentally soaked by an icy shower. Felix's father was busy in the cellar with the boiler. Felix's mother was busy finding a plumber. Both forgot to kiss him goodnight. Felix needs a visit to the bunny planet. Far beyond the moon and stars, 20 light years south of Mars, spins the gentle bunny planet, and the bunny queen is Janet. Felix, Janet says, come in. Here's the day that should have been. The mailboat comes at 6 o'clock. I walk my father to the dock. The boat brings apples, milk, and flour, and sails back home within an hour. A squall is stirring up the sky. Our lighthouse home is warm and dry. The light was built in 1910. It's had 6 keepers here since then. We're wet and salty, but who cares? Our sweaters dry on kitchen chairs. We mix an apple pancake batter, singing while the shutters clatter. The night wind howls, the rain leaks in. After supper, we play gin. Our sweaters steam, the fire crackles. The ocean swells and lifts its hackles. We split a piece of gingerbread and play another round in bed. Outside, the sea enfolds the sand. Inside, I hold my father's hand. Felix wakes at midnight. Out his bedroom window, he sees the bunny planet near the Milky Way in the summer sky. It was there all along, says Felix.